That's so embarrassing.
It's literally one of the most embarrassing things that can ever happen to a human being. Mission 1K. So we are trying to obviously quit our jobs.
Gang.
And we want to give you guys as much content as possible.
Content.
And the only man's ad-libbing. content. The only way we can do that is if, well, the starting point is if we hit 1,000 pounds on Patreon a month, we will be able to minimize the hours we do at work so we can contribute more time to what we love and produce 2 episodes a week. We are on track with that, so just guys, please help us out if you love what we do and if you love listening to us or watching us, however you prefer to get our stuff. Contribute, man, and then at the end of the day, it benefits you guys in the future. So yeah, man, that's the mission 1K. And when we do hit that mission 1K, trust me, it's only gonna get better from there,
bro.
It's only gonna get better from there.
Once mission 1K has been successfully completed, the thing's gonna pop.
The thing's gonna pop. Absolutely POP. It's gonna pop. So yeah, man, hit us up on our Patreon. All links in the bio. Click that and then select whichever tier you want. Any contribution will be much
Really
appreciated. So yeah, man.
Cool, man.
Let's get the ball rolling.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Do you have any urgent business?
I never have urgent business. I just have business to talk about. It's never urgent. Do you ever sometimes think? He's just done his monster thing.
Go on.
Do you sometimes ever think that it's mad that we've got a voice in our head and no one questions it?
Yes.
Like I can say stuff in my head now, and it is my voice, and it just no one questions. It's just accepted that we've got a voice in our head. Like our mind is thinking for us, but we can hear ourselves think. Don't you think that's crazy?
Yeah. Like, I sometimes think like, is my voice?
Is what you're hearing in your head what you hit with?
Nah. What in my head? My voice is my voice.
Yes.
And I'm speaking as I would speak.
Yes. Makes
but
sense.
Am I actually speaking in my head? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because obviously, in order for me to speak, I have to form a sentence.
Yes.
But that's not how your brain works.
Yes.
Your brain just scrambles information and you understand it because it's your brain. So I'm thinking, the voice in my head, is it actually a voice? Because is it actually trying to form sentences? Like, is it actually trying to make coherent words that I can understand? Or does it just shoot information and I interpret it as a sentence or as words? Like, is it actually a voice? Because I don't ever really sit, when you have the voice in your head, it doesn't obviously take as long to process a thought.
Yeah.
It doesn't take as long as it would for me to say a sentence.
Yeah, because they're two different things.
Yeah, it must not be speaking the way I think it is. But it's the only way how I understand processing information. So I just interpret it as a voice.
That's crazy.
That's stoner chat, innit?
That is stonish, yeah. I thought about it when I was stoned. There's so many, it's true. There's so many things I write down when I'm stoned that make sense to me when I'm stoned. But I feel like some people may or may not think about it, but when I say it, it's like, I would never have thought about that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? That's the reason why I write it down.
Yeah.
That's the reason why
I hear you, bro.
It's weird to me sometimes. I've got another one.
Go.
Like when I was in a shower, this was about a few weeks ago, I was in a shower and I was thinking, don't you just think it's weird that your skeleton just keeps you up? Like it does what it needs to do. Do you know what I mean? Your skeleton just does what it needs to do because your body can never take a day off.
Oh, yeah.
Like imagine your heart stopped for a second. You'd be on the fucking floor.
Yeah, bro.
It from the word go, from when you're born, your body's going. It's not taking a day off since you were in your mum's womb.
Yep.
And that's mind blowing because it sometimes makes you think, shit, people, or not people, but I've taken my body for granted sometimes. And it's not like, that's not what I'm trying to preach. Like, don't take your body for granted, but it's just a good realization to have that your body works even when you're sleeping, your body's working 24/7.
It's doing bits all the time.
All day, your body can't have a day off.
Your heart's knackered.
It's been knackered.
Your heart's knackered.
As soon as you're born, it's counting down the days until it stops.
Bro, and in order to make it better, you have to run and shit. You have to exercise it and make it work even harder. It's like, big man, just leave me the fuck alone. It's hard enough. It's hard enough when you're laying on your fucking back. Stop running up hills and shit. Just let me live. Let me chill for 10 minutes.
There's something.
That's why when your heart stops, it's not coming back.
It's because it's tired. Your heart's been tired.
Once it's done, your heart is done. That's why they have to get electricity involved. Once it's done, it's done.
It doesn't want to revive.
Man says, nah, you mad.
It doesn't want to revive itself.
For what?
For who? Who are you?
He treats me like shit. He treats me like fucking shit. Why would I beat again? You know what? I had a stoner chat. I never come up with good stoner chat, but I've got a cool stoner chat one. Don't you think this is actually quite relevant? Even though I thought about it before the pandemic.
Yes.
It's actually quite relevant now that everyone has to wear masks and shit.
Yeah.
Is that, don't you think it's crazy that you recognize people purely by their face?
Yeah.
Like, I can know you.
Yeah.
I can know you.
Yeah.
And if you go like that, I have no idea who you are. You know? You know, like, obviously when you're playing with a baby.
Yeah.
And you're like, peekaboo. And they're like,
where
are you?
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm here. And they're like, okay, you're here.
Yeah.
I thought you dipped. I thought you bounced. And then you're just like that. And you're like, how fucking stupid are babies?
Yeah.
These times,
you
could know my face. You could know everything about me. You know my height. You know what I look like. You know my haircut. You know my beard. You know everything. And then as soon as I'm like that, you're like, who's that?
Is it him?
That's a stranger.
Yeah.
As soon as I put a mask on, I'm a stranger. I'm a fucking... You have no idea who I am.
That's a bit wild.
Isn't that wild?
That's a bit wild.
Like, even to my mum, like, if my mum had just a mask on, even like a full face mask, I have no idea who that is. I've seen her forever. My entire life I've seen my mum. But all she has to do is that, and I have no idea who it is.
That's your point of reference for everyone.
For everyone. Don't you think that's so, like, archaic?
It is.
This thing is the only way people can identify me.
It's crazy you said that because it's another stoner chat. I was saying, like, apart from mirrors, I actually, like, what you looking at me now, I don't know what I look like.
Same.
I do not know what I look like. So my only blind spot is my actual face and the back of my head. Do you not think that's crazy? Like, that's the only blind spot you have. Like, there are times where I'm talking to people and they're looking at me and I'm looking at them and I actually don't know what I look like to them. And they don't know what they look like to themselves.
Fam?
But they see themselves all the time in the mirror. And I see myself, but I've never looked at myself before.
Fam?
I've never actually seen myself before.
That's how I felt the first time I ever saw a video recording of myself back in school. First time I ever actually saw like a long-standing video recording of me speaking, just being normal.
Yeah.
I was thinking, fuck, that's what everyone sees. This is what everyone sees. And it's not what I see in the mirror.
It's not.
It's actually not what I see in the mirror. It's
not.
wild.
Especially like when you do some dumb stuff and you think to yourself you look cool, and when you're dancing, like, you don't know what you actually look like.
It's true, because there's definitely a disconnect when I'm editing or if I'm just watching an episode or something. There's definitely a disconnect that doesn't make it feel like that's me. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Because there's something about it that doesn't look like me.
I know what you mean.
It's not who I see in the mirror every day.
I know what you mean.
Something about it that doesn't look like me.
There's something that's very, because the mirrors we have aren't true mirrors. It's not a true reflection because it reverses how you look at yourself.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So there's only a few true reflection mirrors. Like, you have to buy it from like exclusive places and stuff.
Swear down.
I've seen it on TikTok somewhere, yeah.
Is that actually a thing?
It's a thing, yeah. I've seen it on TikTok. And I've seen someone look at themselves in a TikTok video and it looks weird because obviously I see him on TikTok. I've seen his face. But when he shows himself in a true reflection thing, it looks so weird. It looks so weird.
I need to Google this.
It looks so weird.
That sounds wild.
Because a lot of the time as well, your face isn't symmetrical. Like, one half of your face is like maybe like droopier than the other. And I know, I've seen mine.
Have you seen that? That's on TikTok as well.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Because the people look buff when they do the double
symmetrical thing.
The symmetrical person is banging.
And then when they change,
and then they move it like, they look like Quasimodo. They look fucked.
But that's what they normally look like.
That's what they normally look like.
It's weird, bro. It's weird.
And that's actually crazy because they've always said like attraction is about symmetry. I've grown up, I've heard that a million times. People say, you're attracted, the most attractive people are the most symmetrical people.
Face.
And you're just like, yeah, okay, whatever. You don't really think about it. But then as soon as I saw that thing on TikTok, I was like, that person's banging. And then they do that and it looks like their face caves in. And you're like, fucking hell.
It's weird.
Wow, it is about symmetry.
It's all about symmetry, and you never know what you look like until...
You don't know what you look like.
You don't even know what you look like. Because I literally don't know what I look like saying this to you right now.
That's why I've always had that on like dates and shit. Any moment I've ever had of sexual tension, before it gets too heated and I don't give a fuck about what I look like. But the beginnings of sexual tension and eye contact, I always think, what do I look like? What do I look like?
Am I portraying sexiness or stupidity?
Especially if I'm smiling or something, and I'm just there like,
buck tooth.
I'm just there, and I think I look.
Oh, that's funny.
I look sexy.
That's funny.
And I don't know. She's thinking, yuck. This guy's actually not piff.
It's crazy, bro.
Do you ever? Slightly different. Do you ever like have that moment like you're with someone and you've been staring at each other, like you've been close, it could be a date or it could just be like you're about to fuck or whatever, and you go to the toilet and it's not a big deal, but you got something like a bit of dry skin on your nose or a little something here, and you're thinking, she's seen that the whole time, I know she has.
I've got to tell you a story.
Go on.
So this was tight.
I'm gonna have the giggles today, just warning. I can tell. I'm gonna have the giggles. Go.
This was way before I moved to Manny. So I wasn't even seeing this chick, but like we used to flirt and stuff. You know who it is, but I'll tell you after.
Okay.
You'll probably guess it anyway.
Okay.
I won't give you like the ins and out of her, but long story short, we were seeing it. We were like, we had a ting, basically. We had a flirt. We never fucked, but we had a ting. This was time ago. You would know. And there's one time I never knew she was gonna lips me because she was seeing someone, but we were flirting. We were flirting all day, every day, all the time. All the time. And there's one time we shared, because we lived in the same direction on the way home, but she lived about 15 minutes closer than I did. So sometimes we'd share a taxi home, drop her home first, and then I'd go. But there's one time we shared a taxi, which obviously dropped her home first, but she had to get out on my side, so I get out first to get her out. So when I got out first, obviously, the tension was already high, but I wasn't in the position. I didn't want to do anything purely because I already knew her situation. So I didn't want to be the one to make any step because it's not my place. So when I got out, she just turned around and lipsed me. Absolutely lipsed me. And it was the first time we had ever lipsed. I was like, and because prior to that, we had been flirting.
Oh, fuck.
We had been flirting.
That sounds so buff.
She lipsed me. I was like, oh, so now I know it's on. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so that was done. Fast forward, I don't know how long later, probably a couple of months, probably not. I went to hers after work or something. We didn't have sex or anything, but we were about it. We were busy. We were busy. And this was late at night. So no, I had dropped her home. Obviously, she invited me up. We were doing whatever.
Gang.
Didn't fuck. But it was not until I went to... So remember you said about the speck on your face thing. It's not until I had left hers, got into the elevator, that her foundation
makeup
was all over my face. And she's been seeing this. Even when I left the yard, she didn't even be like, yo, just
Did she give you like a kiss goodbye and something? Did she?
Probably. I can't remember.
And she just let you leave?
She just let me leave with all of this on my face.
And you're gassed.
I'm obviously gassed because I feel like I've done the most. And obviously when you said like the sexual face and stuff, I'm doing the most. I'm doing
the eyes, licking lips, everything, and your whole face is white.
I'm giving her the seduction eyes. And my face is just plastered with foundation. Plastered. And when I got to the elevator, I gasped. Luckily, it was dickhead o'clock, and no one saw me from leaving her yard to get into the elevator, to get into my car.
Fam.
As soon as I got, because obviously with foundation, but when you got foundation on your face, you can't just wipe it off. You need a face wipe thing.
You're scrubbing it.
Scrub your face and it's not coming off.
Oh my God.
So as soon as I got home, I just...
Fam, that's fucking hilarious.
I was so... If anyone had saw me in the lift, I was so embarrassed that I saw myself. It's one of the most embarrassing things that I've seen, and I was the only one there.
I can imagine. I can fucking imagine, bro. I can imagine, because...
And she didn't say a word. It blew my mind. And I don't understand why. I think she felt like if she did, she may have felt embarrassed. But I'm 10 times more embarrassed.
And she probably felt like if she said it, you saw yourself, you'll be thinking, how much fucking makeup does this girl wear?
Maybe.
Like, how much fucking makeup does this girl wear? It's all over me.
That could have been one of my thought processes when I saw myself
see myself. Yeah.
But that wasn't my immediate thought.
Yeah,
my immediate thought was, what the fuck? I need to get this off.
Yeah.
And I hope no one sees me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why she didn't tell me.
Fam, shit like that, being dark-skinned and liking white girls is a danger. I've seen one of our friends lips a ting in a club, turn to me, and his face is white. And I've howled from my stomach, from my guts, fam. Guts. You know when you can't get the laugh out enough?
Yeah.
And I was just screaming. And he was so happy. That's the big thing.
Because
as well.
he didn't know. He
didn't
hadn't
know.
known.
So man just lips it, turned to me, and he's smiling, fam. And the whole thing around his face. I was fucking howling. That's so embarrassing.
It's literally one of the most embarrassing things that can ever happen to a human being.
What I would have given to see you. What I would have given you to see you walk out the apartment building to your car or whatever, and then just be a passerby and clock your face.
Bro.
Like, you know when you come outside and you give the right left look. The jacket's on, you give the right left look. If I was walking past and I saw you leaving, so it looks like you're leaving a yacht or something, and you've just got foundation all over your face, I would drop to my knees in laughter. You'd want to fight me because you don't know me like that. I would drop to my knees in laughter. Knees. It's fucking funny. That's like, it's like the guy's version of the walk of shame.
100%.
It's the guy's version of the walk of shame because like when a girl does the walk of shame, you know she got fucked last night.
Yeah.
And when a guy comes out with foundation all over his face, you know he's been with a team.
There's
busy. No denying nothing.
There's no denying.
There's nothing you can deny to anyone.
He's just busy.
He's been busy. He's been busy with a nice white girl. It's the funniest shit.
It's so funny.
Oh, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I've never had to go through that, but I'm sorry you went through it.
Oh,
because it's my fear.
No one caught me, so that was the saving grace. But it made me realize, I think that was the first time I'd realized I need to calm down in terms of if I'm lipsing a white thing or doing a thing with a white girl, just be careful. Because it's going to show.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Especially if I'm not at my yard.
Yes.
Just be careful.
Bro.
So that opened my eye. And this was time ago. That opened my
I know who
eyes.
it is now, and it was time ago. I know exactly who it is. That's funny. That's fucking funny,
bro. It was the most embarrassing. When I saw myself in the lift, because it had obviously mirrors and stuff, my heart could have left my chest. I gasped, bro. I looked like a masquerade. I felt like someone just plastered chalk all over my face. It was jokes. It was jokes. It was embarrassing, but it was funny.
That's funny.
It was funny.
I was thinking of something the other day, unrelated. The new like DM game is so peak in terms of the passive aggressive convo enders. Like liking my message is the most passive aggressive shit you can do.
Because it's done.
You might as well tell me, fuck off now. You might as well tap your watch and say, time's up. When you like my message and don't...
and that's it.
Fam, if I'm already... Because the peak thing is obviously, if I'm on Insta and then the notification will come up as like, da-da-da, liked your message.
Yeah.
If I click my DMs now and I see liked message in the bold black and I'm waiting and I say, it better say typing in 4 seconds. In the next 4 seconds, it better say typing, cuz. Because if you've just double tapped and left it, you've basically told me to fuck off.
It's done. It's done.
To fuck off. And then if I then message again,
try and double up.
I'm a waste, man.
Try and double up. Yeah, it's the game is the game,
the peakest one I think I've ever had was maybe, I can't remember if it was a guy or a girl or what. Liked message, so message, back and forth. It must have been a girl at some point. I can't remember. Back and forth. Cool. Double tap. She double tapped me, and I was like, cool. Left it a minute, no response, and then something. I can't remember something that we were talking about previously. So not where we left the convo, but something that we were talking about previously related to something I was watching on TV or something.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, coinky dink, this. So I ended up messaging twice.
Okay.
So she's double tapped me. I've messaged again about something that was funny that we talked about earlier, and she hit me with the LOL. Lowercase. Their first L wasn't even caps. She wanted to imprint it. LOL lowercase. Fuck off. She basically this thing.
Shooed you away.
Fam, I was mortified because my pride, and it's the way I say it's passive aggressive. There's nothing I can say.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can say. I can't be like, you're fucking rude, cuz. I can't be like, you're rude.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't done anything rude. But the double tap and the lowercase LOL is so harsh. But it's essential because don't get me wrong, I do it all the fucking time.
Well, you need to get the convo done. You need to find a way to pattern it without sounding rude.
Fam, if you're laughing, like the LOL game has changed as well.
Yeah.
If I said something funny and it ain't all caps,
or it ain't emojis,
if it's just a standard LOL, fight me. Fight me.
Because clearly you want this conversation done.
Fam, you want the conversation done, you didn't actually find it funny.
You didn't. That's embarrassing.
I want all caps, bare O's. When I'm hitting you with the spice,
It's
bare
bare
O's.
O's.
Bare
Bare
emojis.
zeros.
Bare emojis. If you just put one laughing face, that's also rude.
Because it's not that funny.
It's not that funny.
It's not as funny as you thought it was.
I thought I was going in and I got the one laughing face.
I thought you were Kevin Hart.
Fam, I want lines of laughing faces. In fact, I want a capital L, laughing face, and another L.
That's how you know you've hit the premium laugh. The premium laugh. I know what you mean.
Fam, there's so many different types of LOL that would make or break you. Make or break you.
Yep. It changes the whole game in the DM.
Does.
It changes the whole game in the DM.
And a double message is just desperate and peak.
I know, but
You're an advocate for a double message when you need it, innit?
That's what I was gonna say. When you need it, because sometimes what I've said you've got nothing more to say about it.
Yes.
So if she likes it, maybe she's trying to still instigate something.
You're a wishful thinker.
But do you know what I mean?
You're not even a wish. You're an optimist.
Optimist. I'm more of an optimist.
Yeah, not wishful.
Whereas
You're an optimist,
realist.
fam. I'm like, I don't know that you like me until I've bust a nut inside you. So I'm
Nothing
such
certified.
a pessimist.
Nothing certain.
I'm such a pessimist. So if you've double tapped me, I'm gone. And I will even delete the convo to make sure that I don't double message you.
Oh my God.
I want to forget this convo ever happened. I'm such a pessimist. If you double tap me or a lowercase lol, done.
That's
I
mad.
have to get rid of it because if I like you, I'll message you again. And then as soon as I've sent it, this reminds me. Do you remember times where you've sent a risque text or a risque message? So you're flirting, like it's light flirts.
Okay.
And you're either trying to pattern a bang or a nude or something.
Something, yeah.
And you sent a risque text. And so she's like, you've done a quick back and forth.
Yeah.
Kind of flirty. And the opportunity strikes where you can take it to level 2.
Yeah.
DEFCON 2.
Yeah.
And you're like, and you type it, you maybe edit it a little bit to make it.
You proofread
You proofread the whole
fam.
thing. The whole thing. And you're like,
It has to make sense.
this is my dissertation. Like, this is it.
This is it.
And
I'm
you,
turning it in.
Fam, you send it and your heart's racing. You're like, cool. Then it pops up, scene. And there's like a 4-minute gap. And you are like,
Oh my God.
and you just, oh my God, I won. And you're fighting with yourself whether to text again
To play
and be
it
like,
off.
I'm joking, or what, something. And you lock the phone and you dash it. Just launch it, fam, and you're swearing. Sweating.
It's the worst feeling.
Fam,
It's the worst feeling.
I've fallen prey to the haha, just kidding, so many times, and I'm so angry at myself for the times I've done it.
Really?
Fam, when I've sent a risque message, if it's early on, I don't know this girl.
Okay,
if I don't know this girl,
Yeah.
and I've sent a risky something, and she's seen it and ain't replied straight away, fam, I try to hold it with my chest. These days, obviously, I'd be much better, but this is time ago I'm talking about.
Okay.
I didn't really give a fuck anymore. And back these times, fam, I would panic mode. And I'll be like, oh, don't say you're joking. Come on, firm it. Don't say it's a joke. You know it's not a joke. She knows it's not a joke. Don't bitch out, because as soon as you say you're kidding, bruv,
It's done.
It's done.
It's done. You can't bring that up again. You can't bring anything sexual like that
you
again.
can't.
You can't.
And you're the prankster now. You're not a man to her. You know what I'm saying? You're not a man.
you're
You're
a
a
comedian.
boy. You're a comedian.
You're a comedian.
You're not a man to this girl.
Oh, he's going to make me laugh today. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And like, realistically, she might think, he's taking the piss a bit. Or she might be thinking, fuck it. Let me give him a little something. You get me? And the amount of times I've just been like, ha, kidding.
I've never done that.
And I've done it one time. Where I've sent it, and as I've pressed send,
to do the kidding thing.
To say, as I've pressed send saying, haha, kidding, she's responded in the perfect way. And I fucked it. I
would have deleted that haha kidding with such swiftness. I don't think you understand.
Bro, I fucked it.
And I'm because the 4 minutes to you seems like eternity.
It feels like 7 hours.
It feels like eternity.
I feel like she's blocked me. It feels like ages.
But do you know the one turn off about, like when you're flirting with someone back and forth, someone new, grammar. Grammar is the biggest. If you can't text properly, if you can't form a sentence properly, if you don't have to proofread, but like, if you're talking to someone new, you're trying to impress them regardless.
Yes.
Regardless.
You're trying to bring the best version of you.
Of yourself.
Yeah.
So if your sentences don't make sense, if you're making stupid spelling mistakes, like if I'm talking to a chick, obviously I'm 29.
Yeah.
So if I'm talking to a chick, she's going to be of a certain age where she knows how to spell words. Do you know what I mean? She's not an idiot.
Yep.
So when things like that drive me insane, and it's not just guys, because I know a girl, this was time ago, I know a girl that went to our uni. She was seeing someone I knew from ends I wouldn't say see it, but they had a few things back and forth. I don't even know if they had sex or anything, but they saw each other. But she showed, because I knew he made bad mistakes, because obviously when I used to text him, I'm thinking, do you not see what you write?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you not see what you're writing here?
Yeah.
So there are times where me and her used to link up and chill, like, because we're friends, we're not like that, but we'd link up and chill and whatever. And she'd show me some of the messages he had sent her. And I'm just thinking, I get it. I get why you're turned off. Because it's the biggest turn off. And I don't understand, because it says a lot about you.
It does.
It says so much about you.
It actually does. Unfortunately, it actually does.
In my opinion anyway, it might not, some people might not give a fuck. But for me, I don't know what it is about. Like, it's like you said, it's a representation of yourself. If you don't give a fuck about making grammatical errors and stuff, or like spelling mistakes and blah, 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 then you just don't care about so much.
It's true.
You don't care about so much.
Bro, it's true.
It's such a turn off.
It's lazy.
It's so lazy.
It's lazy.
Especially if it's a new thing. Because they're just going to think I'm stupid. If I'm making these dumb errors, they're going to think I'm stupid.
Bro, yes. Do you know what's also a turn off for me? Is like when I try, because I like grammar. I like being linguistical.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
When I use a word that is okay, not hard, and not even a massive word, but like, she just won't understand what it means. And not only will she not understand, she hasn't even got the balls to Google it. So not even the balls, the sense.
The common sense.
Not even the common sense to Google it. She'll ask me, what's that mean? And I'm just like,
how do you not know? I've got a perfect example. Go on. So I was talking to a chick before. This was time ago as well. And you know me, I'm always hungry. Yes. I love to eat.
Yes.
I love to eat.
Yes.
So she would ask me, how's your day? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, I'm fucking ravenous, babes. And she's like, what the fuck does ravenous mean?
Wow.
And I'm thinking, ravenous is basic. Ravenous is basic.
That's
English. That's a basic simile.
That's as basic as it gets.
Basic. I'm thinking, how do you...
I knew that when I was 6. I really did.
Even if you don't know what it means, just Google it. Don't ask me.
Like, thing is, it's not like you said it.
I'm not.
And she doesn't have to spell it.
We're not face to face.
Fam, she can see the word. Fucking Google it. I would Google it. Even when people use short, what's the?
I know what you mean. Acronyms.
Even when people use short acronyms to me, I'll Google it if I don't understand it.
Fam, there's one acronym that took me time to get. I had to Google it.
Which one?
IYKYK. It's all over Twitter. And I'm thinking, what the fuck?
Oh, if you know, you know.
I didn't know that for time. I didn't know that for time.
There's one.
It blew my mind.
I can't remember which one it is, but there was one that stumped me for fucking ages. This is embarrassing. Do you know what one actually, this is obviously years and years ago. Do you know what stumped me for ages?
What?
Do you know what stumped me for ages? Goat.
No.
Goat stumped me for time. Do you know why?
Why?
Because people started putting the fucking goat emoji next to it. And I was like, he's the goat with the goat emoji. And I'm like,
What the?
goat. Goat. I don't get it. I don't get it. What's this goat thing?
Oh, that's funny.
And I thought it was like a trend thing. So you know how like the trend right now is like cake. Everything's made of cake.
Yeah.
So obviously when people are talking cake, that's not an acronym. They're talking about actual cake.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of them things. And I'm like, what is this goat thing about? Like, is there a goat meme that I just haven't been sent? But it went on for fucking ages. Weeks.
Oh, that's
and
hilarious.
I can't remember how I sussed it.
That's hilarious.
I either sussed it just on by myself or I Googled it or whatever. And once I sussed it, I was like, I want to kill myself.
It made so much sense.
Fam, everything I'd missed.
Yeah.
And it was so basic and easy. And I was just like, oh, fucking hell, bro.
We do fall prey to it sometimes.
Sometimes you just do. Sometimes you literally just,
If
it's not
you
your
know
fault.
you know one, stumped me
I can
for
imagine
weeks.
that. Yeah.
For weeks. I don't think for weeks, James. Infuriated me.
Yeah.
Infuriated me.
Oh, what was the other one that got me? Can't remember. There was a really basic one that got me for ages as well. I can't remember what it was though.
I think that's the only one that's ever gotten me. Everything else I've kind of gauged.
Yeah, I can usually suss it in about like what you just did. Like I've never seen that. If you know, you know. I've never even seen it. But when you just did it there, I can suss it kind of quick. But yeah, there's some that just no idea. It's the ones that get me, like the goat one. There's the ones that get me that look like they could be something else.
Okay.
Like in my opinion, got me.
IMO.
Only for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
When the first time I seen it, IMO. Because that looks like it could be like emo or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because
So
it's
when
like
it,
an actual.
when it actually looks like it could be a word or a new turn of phrase, that's when they stump me. When I'm like, I don't get it. Yeah, bro, that wasn't fucking annoying. That was fucking annoying. But Google it, innit?
I know exactly.
The point you're trying to make, Google it.
Google it.
Don't ask me what ravenous means, because fucking Google it. Do you not understand that you're the idiot? And no offense, you're the idiot here. Don't make it worse on yourself. That's embarrassing. That reminds me of the yacht that you were talking to that time. This thing.
From time ago.
Yeah. Sainsbury's Tesco yacht.
Yeah.
Have you told that story on here?
I don't know.
I know you've told banging her on here because you said United quick and you told her to stop, and her ass was just fat, flooding.
I was just fat. I was just so fat. This was such a long time ago.
Bro, what was it? You said, what is your like aspirations?
Yes, I was like, what do you want to do and stuff? We were messaging back and forth. This was when I was still living in London. And she was like, oh, no, something easy. I want to work in Sainsbury's or Tesco's. I looked at my phone like, what? I screenshotted it and sent it to you, man, straight away. I put it in a group chat straight away. I was thinking...
She was an idiot.
But don't get me wrong, like, there is nothing...
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's
that.
nothing wrong in the slightest.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But if I ask you, what are your aspirations in life? And you give me that, I feel so bad for fuck. I feel like I shouldn't have even fucked you. Do you know what I mean? Because... there's no way we
I was going to say something that's just not okay. Carry on, go on.
You have to say it now. You have to say it now. You have to say it now. We're here for it. It's shits and gigs. You have to say it now.
I was going to say, like, obviously, when you said, like, I feel bad for fucking you. Like, you feel like you're taking advantage of, like, a disabled person. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, though?
I know.
Because I'm thinking, like, does she not realize she can pattern that today?
That just went left.
Fam, that's why I said I shouldn't even say it. I might have to edit out. But you know, when you said, I feel bad for even fucking you, like,
yeah,
you feel like she's not aware of what's going on.
She's not like...
I would maybe, like, you do know you can get a job there today if you want.
Her bubble is so small. Her bubble is so small.
I'll be thinking, where, are you Amish? Like, where are you from? Your aspiration, how old was she?
She was older than me. She's older than me.
And this was post-uni as well?
Post-uni. So this was probably 12 or 13.
Because this was post Deloitte as well, Grill on the Market. Because I remember you were going Grill on the Market. You weren't at Deloitte anymore. I can tell you that.
Okay, I know it was Grill on the Market, yeah, but I didn't know about Deloitte. Yeah,
yeah. And she was older than you.
She was older than me.
So she was mid-20s.
Yeah, she was good 20s. Yeah.
And her aspiration is to work in Tesco.
Tesco's. When she said that, I couldn't. I felt like I wanted to reverse the sex, kind of.
Is this after you fucked her?
I think so. I don't remember. The thing is, I don't remember, but. Knowing me, it was probably before. Because it must have been before, because I was still talking to her. Does that make sense? It has to have been before because
I was still talking to her.
because I still wanted to nut. So it must have been before.
It must have been before.
Because her ass was so fat.
Oh.
And I think the reason, because prior to, like, apart from my later stage of years now, back then I never used to move to girls.
Fam, I was just about to say, before you even said that, I was just about to say, I remember you telling me the story of how you met her and thinking, you absolute beast. What do you mean you just chirped someone on road?
Because I never used to move to girls. So I'll say the story, because I've already spoken about the get off me before.
Yeah.
And this is the same chick. So I call her Shoreditch bitch because I was on my way to Shoreditch to meet my friend for food.
Yeah.
I think I got off, I had to change somewhere. So maybe I've got off at like Hoxton or something. I can't remember. So I got off the train. I was walking one way. She was walking the opposite way. We crossed paths. I saw me see her. It was one of them ones I knew she had a back from the front. I knew she had a back from the front. So when I turned round, she turned round as well. But the first thing I saw was the back. And then I saw her see me. Then when I went back to talk to her, she wasn't as buff as anything, but the back was so big.
Yeah.
I think that was where the confidence came from because I was there already. I couldn't back out.
Yeah.
I had to pattern it somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know what I said, but we exchanged numbers.
Yeah.
And we kept on moving.
Gang.
Funny thing is, she rang me and she said she wanted to meet me that day, something like that, or the next day. It was so weird. It was so because
That'll put me off immediately.
It was so weird. I
Don't
think
ever call me.
she belled me or messaged me whilst I was at the lunch thing when I said I went to go meet my friend. I was like, the fuck? What the fuck? But I gave her the benefit of the doubt because her ass was so fat. It was disgracefully fat. And it makes sense to why I nutted so early. Because when she sat on it, James, I didn't fuck her probably about maybe a month after we exchanged numbers or whatever, or maybe a couple of weeks. I remember I had a 2-hour break from work. And she lived in I worked in central London. I think she lived in like south. I took a train there, smashed, I didn't eat during my break.
You're a trooper for sex sometimes, G. That's something I would never do.
I know.
And I'm jealous that you could do it. Like, it's not something I'm proud of.
Lazy, bro.
Fam, I'm never doing that. Never doing it. And I think people will think I hate sex the way I act sometimes. I'm just not willing to do anything for it. I am. Of course I am. Of course I am. But like, to an extent.
Yeah.
Like, if someone said, like, you have to... I don't know. Like, my mind works 2 different ways. Like, if someone said, right, you've got a 2-hour lunch break. Like, if someone patterned it for me, like, you've got a 2-hour lunch break, you need to get this train at this time. She knows I've only got a 2-hour lunch break. And she's like, do this, fuck me, and bounce. If I've got the whole thing blueprinted in my mind, everyone knows what's going on.
Then it's plausible.
But if I'm working off my own brain, thinking, right, she lives here, I've got a 2-hour break, I can probably squeeze it in. I'll get flustered.
Yeah.
I'll get flustered and I'm like, mate, fuck this.
all of that.
Fuck this.
But the reason why I did that was because I knew for a fact there was no way I was using my day off to go and link her. So I had to pattern it where I was already closer to her than normal. Yeah. Because I lived in East. She lives in South. I don't know where she is in her life now, to be honest. But I was closer to her from work. Yeah. So I was like, this is the best opportunity. And I'm not going to fuck it up. Yeah. Considering I knew I moved, and I already said, obviously, I didn't move to girls back then. Yeah. Considering I moved to her and it was patterned. And she was eager to see me anyway because she was messaging me or whatever. I was like, I have to do it. I have to find a way.
Fair play.
I have to find a way.
So what happened when you got there? You just immediately fucked?
No, obviously not, no. I think because it was one of them ones where she only rented a room in the spot. It wasn't her gaff.
Oh, snap.
It was one of them ones. So I think she gave me like a quick tour, whatever. We got to her room. I think we were chilling, talking, whatever. And then we just got down to business. God. I can't remember like the semantics. Because it was such a long time ago. Yeah. But she sat on it, I nutted and I left. Long story short.
It sounds like a good nut.
It was a deep nut.
I bet.
It was a scary thing, man.
Bro. Yeah, for real. Right, question.
Yeah.
Before we do my else, I've got a question.
Yeah.
On the scale, because someone asked me recently, would I be comfortable with my girlfriend doing OnlyFans?
Okay.
And I was like, yeah.
Okay.
This is me personally.
Okay.
I'm not expecting every guy to have that answer.
Okay.
I expect most guys to not have that answer. But for me personally, I was like, yeah, I don't care. Because obviously, people probably know right now, I'm very as much as I talk about my insecurities and stuff like that, I'm very secure when it comes to my partners. And not necessarily secure. It's just that if you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat.
Okay.
If you don't want to be with me, you don't want to be with me.
Yeah.
If you want to like cheat and lie to me, you're going to do what you want to do regardless of what ever happens.
Yeah.
So just fucking do it. So I'm never the type of guy that's like, I don't want to go on girls' holidays. I don't want to do this. I'm not trying to mitigate the options for her to cheat on me.
Okay. Yeah.
I want it to be open.
Just free.
If you're going to do it, do it. I'm not trying to limit your opportunities to do it.
Yeah.
For my own sanity. If you're going to do it, fucking do it. And like the person who asked me was a girl. And I was like, yeah, I'm not insecure like that. It doesn't bother me because, like, for starters, if my girl's going to cheat on me, I'm sure the last person she's going to cheat on me is one of the sleaze bags that are paying to see her nudes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If she's going to fuck someone, she's not going to be fucking a fucking OnlyFans guy, for one. That's just the cheating aspect.
Yeah.
And as far as me feeling a way about naked or semi-naked or like
she put posts,
provocative posts on her OnlyFans page, like, again, that doesn't really bother me. I don't know why. It just doesn't really bother me. It's just like, if it's empowering for her or whatever she wants to do, just do it. Like, it really doesn't bother me. I don't know why. Like, does it bother you?
Yes and no. I feel like I get where you're coming from in the sense that because if she's doing it, she's doing it for herself. Like, maybe she's doing it for peace, she's doing it for herself, whatever. But within the same breath, that's probably not necessarily how you met her, but when you first met her or when you first started talking, in your eyes, she was provocative anyway.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's exactly
so
it.
why should she now change?
I would have been attracted to that side of her. Regardless if she had OnlyFans at the time or not. I would have been attracted to, her provocative nature.
So why does she now have to change that because you guys are together?
Exactly, yeah. I've spoken to bare people who talk about, like, they get vexed, like they meet a girl, she could be wearing all sorts. And then we've probably spoken about it on here before.
Maybe, probably.
And that once they're together, they want them dressed up in fucking curtains, cuz. Like, they want to see nothing.
It was the Am I the Arsehole with the small titty,
yeah. And it's just like, shit that doesn't make sense. And again, like, if I'm walking down the street with my girl, a man are watching her, it's a compliment to me.
I'm gassed, yes, obviously. I'm gassed.
Because I do the same fucking thing to when I see a guy walking with a girl.
With a buff ting.
With a banging girl. I'm like, fuck.
Round of applause. You secured a ting.
You secured a ting. If her body's banging as well, I'm vexed. I'm not vexed, but I'm just like, mate. I want to spud him.
Kudos.
I want to spud him.
One of them ones.
I'm like, gang.
You've done a ting. You've done a ting.
Yeah, I'm not thinking he must be feeling insecure right now because this girl's out here looking buff. Like, I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking this guy's got the game sussed.
He's got it on lock. He's got it patterned. He's got the whole thing.
He's patterned the game. And I'm rating him more than I'm rating her. I look at her, I think she's banging. I rate him immediately. I don't even think anything more about her. I'm rating him. And that's it. So if I'm with a girl and man are watching me like that, my phone's fucking blowing up. I should have turned this shit off. Like, I've lost my train of thought now. Fuck's sake.
I know what you mean though.
Yeah, anyway.
They know what you mean as well.
The scale I had. So for me, obviously, I don't have a problem dating with a girl who has an OnlyFans page. So I was thinking from OnlyFans to full-on sex worker, where's the scale?
Okay.
Of like, you're not even willing to compromise with this. This is not happening anymore. Yeah. So starting from got an OnlyFans page to full-on prostitute, and then in the middle we've got like stripper, escort but never fucks, like them kind of things. For you, when is it like no? Is it straight from OnlyFans, or does it go all the way up to?
No, it's not reaching that spectrum at all. I think OnlyFans is already enough, but if I didn't know she would, like, let's say we started talking, so I don't think she would tell me she's a stripper off the bat. Do you know what I mean? I don't think strippers just say, "Oh, I'm a stripper." Obviously, they'll say they're a dancer, or whatever. But more time, if they're a stripper, they've got another job anyway, because you only strip at night. You don't strip during the day. So they will probably tell me what they do during the day or whatever, or their normal 9 to 5 or whatever it is. So if she tells me she's got OnlyFans and I'm attracted to her regardless and all that stuff, I think the cutoff point would be, nothing past stripper.
Yeah.
Nothing past stripper. I think I'll be gassed at first knowing she's a stripper because I know the sex would pop. I know the sex and like anything in a boudoir would pop. She'll be down for all sorts. that would attract me.
The sex I had with that one stripper one time was fucking unbelievable. Let me just put that in there.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. I've never fucked a stripper, so.
It was fantastic.
I bet. So anything beyond that, I think would be a bit too much. I think it would get to a stage where if I start to develop feelings for the girl and she's still stripping, I don't know whether I'd be okay with fucking her and seeing other guys just seeing her naked like that.
Yeah.
So the OnlyFans thing for me is calm because she's never gonna, she just wants their money from OnlyFans. That's all she wants. She doesn't want anything else from you, bar your money. Yes, she enjoys it. It empowers her. Kudos to you. As long as it's bringing you pain and bringing you happiness, that's fine by me.
Yes.
So I think that for me is calm.
Yeah.
But the stripping thing, if I'm just fucking her, or if I'm just seeing her, if it's just fun, I'm fine with that. But if I develop feelings for her, I wouldn't want to tell her to change because that's her. I might more myself bounce. Because it's not fair for me to tell her to change who she is for me. Unless we have a sit down conversation, she's feeling me as much as I'm feeling her.
Yeah.
And we discuss things and she's like, oh, maybe I should. And then that's the only way. Because I wouldn't want to, I'm not the type of person to tell you to do something that you're not comfortable with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, rags.
So that's where I think about it.
Rags. Fair play.
What about yourself? Where do you lie in the spectrum?
I don't know. I feel like I would be fine. Obviously, I've said OnlyFans fine. Stripper, I think I'd be fine. But you're right in terms of when it comes to like the feelings and stuff like that. Like dating someone that I don't have that much feelings for, I can take it quite far.
I don't
like. I'd probably date a porn star and be fine with it.
Yeah, rags.
But yeah, I think no feelings. I'd go all the way up to porn star. I'd probably love it.
Yeah, because you know everything's gonna bang.
Yeah,
she's down for anything.
Yeah. No strong feelings. I'll go all the way up to porn star. I'm never obviously gonna date a fucking prostitute.
Yeah.
But then again, because sometimes you have those high class prostitutes that don't really fuck that many guys, and they get paid. But then again, I don't think that one would bang for me. Maybe porn star would probably be as far as I could go with no feelings. Porn star's as far as I could go.
Because all you want to do is bang her. That's all you'd want to do. That's all you'd want to do.
Yes. God, yes. So yeah, porn star is where I'd go with no feelings. But like, if I'm in love with this girl, I'd like to think if I was in love with her, I could still firm the strip in.
Okay.
But I don't know.
I'm going to tell you now, I don't think I can firm it. As long as especially if I've got more feelings than her, I'd have to leave. Because I may broach the topic, and if she still wants to do it, then I can't tell her to change. That's how I met her. Do you know what I mean?
Rags.
That's so unfair.
Rags.
I was going to ask, before we do Am I the Arsehole, ladies, please either comment or whatever, when you watch porn, do you concentrate on the guy or do you concentrate on the girl? Ooh. Because I concentrate on the girl, obviously.
Of course.
But I've never known what the girls concentrate on, especially if you're bisexual. What do you concentrate on as well? I think that's a great question.
I just feel like everyone concentrates on the girl. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like that too.
But that being said, do you know when Tiger King came out?
Yes.
And the way he patterned his new husband, the young guy.
The tall brother.
Yeah. The one that killed himself.
Yes.
When he asked him like, are you straight or gay? And man said, I'm straight. And man said, when you watch porn, do you like guys with a small dick or a big dick to fuck the girl? And he's like, obviously big dick. And he's like, you're not that straight then. No homo.
I get it. It's
not a small dick thing, fam.
No homo. Also, I would never watch...
I'm shivering because it's not something I want to say, but...
I never watch porn when a guy's wearing a condom.
Neither do I!
Because I feel like...
Neither do I! Never! Fam! Spot me, quick. Fam? If I'm watching, I'm losing it. If I see in the thumbnail a little something...
A little sheath.
Fam, the little sheath thing there, skipping.
I'm not even clicking it.
Skipping.
I'm not even clicking it.
Why is that?
I don't know. Because I feel like maybe our brains are wired to that. When you watch porn, you feel like you're there. You feel like you're... Do you know what I mean? You feel like you're engulfed in it.
Yeah.
That's why when you wank, it feels the same. Like,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And obviously, we hate condoms. We've said it so many times.
Detest.
So that's probably the reason. It could be different for everyone. It probably is different for everyone. But I just can't watch porn with a guy wearing a condom. It makes no sense to me.
It's dead.
It makes no sense to me.
It's the worst.
It's not like I'm not there. I'm not doing anything.
Bro.
It just... Because I know what it feels like and I know I'm not going to get excited. It's crazy. But yeah, ladies, what do you guys concentrate on when you watch porn? Do you concentrate on the guy? Do you concentrate on the girl? Do you concentrate on both? If you're bisexual as well, I'm very intrigued to know what you concentrate on if you're bisexual. Guy or girl. Like if you're male and you're bisexual, and if you're female, you're bisexual. I'm so intrigued.
I'm intrigued as well because I watched that 365 Days film I told you about.
I need to watch that. I've heard it's crud. I've just heard it's sexual tension.
Fam, the way we like to fuck girls
is how we fuck girls. I'm gonna watch it this week.
Spoiler alert. I'm just gonna have to say a couple things.
That's fine.
Fam,
that's fine.
It ties in well with when you said, what do they look at?
Yeah.
Because there's bits in there where like you can tell that. What? I'm sorry, my phone's fucking blowing up. What's going on?
You can tell.
You can tell that the girl is down to see my man get pleasured.
Okay.
Like it turns her on. The way we said, like going down on a girl to make, like for me, making a girl come is the most.
Yeah, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah. It's the best possible thing.
Yeah.
It turns me on. There's nothing more that turns me on than making a girl come.
Yeah.
That's why I'm eating porn pretty much every time.
For days.
So, in that, it's like the same thing because there's one scene. So basically, the premise of the film is that my man is in love with this woman, right?
Yeah.
I won't give too much backstory as to why, whatever, but he's in love with this woman. He sees her and just basically kidnaps her. He's fucking rich. He's like a drug lord / like he owns like clubs and stuff like that. He's like a mob guy kind of like.
Okay.
And he's Italian and she's Polish.
Okay.
So they speak in English because obviously they've got two different languages.
Okay.
And he basically kidnaps her and says, "You're gonna stay here in my yard for 365 days. You've got that amount of time to fall in love with me. If you don't fall in love with me in the next year, you're free to go. But you've got that amount of time to fall in love with me, and let's see how it goes."
Let's see what happens. All right.
And he says, "I won't rape you. Like, don't like if you say no, I'm not gonna do anything. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Fam." But he pushes that to the fucking line. He pushes it to the fucking line, fam. And one time, she's getting mouthy with him. I think she teases him or something. And then he gets vexed. So my man chains her to his bed. And then man says, "I'm going to make sure." And he's buff, by the way. Buffest white guy I've seen. He's buff, cuz. He's a solid 6'3", 6'4".
Stacked. Is he stacked? But he's athletic.
He's athletic as fuck.
He's athletic. Okay.
He's athletic as fuck.
Yeah.
And he's just buff, cuz. The yats that have seen it will be like, yes, he is. Yeah. And the man that I've seen it will be like, low-key, yes, he fucking is. He's the buffest white guy I've seen. Anyway.
Yeah.
And she's piff as well. She's fucking piff. But she's like a basic. She's got no outstanding features, but she's just gorgeous. Normal gorgeous.
Standard piff, yeah.
And she's got sex appeal. You're going to love the story's so shit.
But I love
the storyline is so shit, but it's fucking porn. It's like the best storyline porn you've seen.
Okay.
And basically, man said, all right, cool. You're going to play with me. Safe. I'm going to change to the bed and I'm going to make you watch what you're missing out on. He brings in one other yat, sits on a sofa, and I thought he was going to plow this other yat. So I'm thinking, oh, he's going to bang the shit out of this new girl so she knows what she could be getting right now. Nah, cuz. This other yat sucks him off. He just sits there and gets sucked off. She goes for it. It's explicit, cuz.
Jesus.
Gagging on it. She sucks a nuts in her mouth. And the girl in the bed is writhing. She's sweating. Sweating. And I was like, oh! She's down to see my man bust nuts. She's gassed watching him feel good.
That's some sexy
It's the sexiest film going. It's the sexiest film going.
I need to watch it.
You do.
I need to watch it.
Storyline trash.
Apparently there's another movie, because I saw it on TikTok, there's another movie, I think it's called Love or something like that. They said if you've seen 365 Days, watch Love. And the first opening scene, I think it's called Love, don't quote me on that. The first opening scene will make you gasp. I've not seen the movie, obviously, but I've seen the reactions on TikTok of so many different people. As soon as it starts, every man's jaw drops. And I want to know what it is, because it's similar.
Gang.
It's similar. So Love is similar to 365. So just saying, it's because you've seen 365. Watch that.
Bless.
That's what I've seen.
Cool. Right. Bro, I actually have to go. We'll do double the Am I the Arsehole next time.
That's fine.
I have to go.
That's fine.
But that was a dope episode.
We'll see you guys next week.
I'll see you next week.
Love.